Do you know who the first black sergeant major of the United States Marine Corps was? Bullshit! Sit down, get comfortable. I'm going to tell you the story of Sergeant Major Edgar R. Huff. Huff was a native of Gadsden, Alabama. He enlisted into the United States Marine Corps September 24th, 1942. 1942. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Yes, Huff was a Montford Point Marine, one of the first African Americans to join the United States Marine Corps. He would receive recruit training with the 51st Composite Defense Battalion at Montford Point, North Carolina. Huff said he heard the Marine Corps was the toughest, and he felt like he was pretty tough, so he said he wanted to become a member of the best organization. But you have to remember this, it was 1942. That was during World War II. So President Harry S. Truman hadn't issued Executive Order 9981, which formally abolished racial discrimination in the armed forces. Huff faced racial discrimination from fellow recruits. Even the white service members told Huff that he was not cut out to be a United States Marine and that he should just go home and no one would miss him when he was gone. But Huff said when they told him to leave, he said hell no, and that he was going to hold on like a bulldog to a bowl. After graduating recruit training, Huff went on to become a gun commander, and then in 1943 is when he entered DI school. By 1944, Huff was already in charge of all the drill instructors at Montford Point, North Carolina. By November of that year, Huff was promoted to first sergeant, where he moved on to the 5th Depot Company, where he provided logistic support to Marine units. While serving this role, Huff was deployed to Saipan, Okinawa, and North China. Huff discharged from the Marines after World War II ended, but just after a few months of civilian life, he rejoined. He saw combat in the North Korean War, and he served 2 tours in Vietnam. But he also had duty postings in French Morocco, Japan, and American states. He retired in 1972 as the rank of Sergeant Major, becoming the first African American to become a Sergeant Major in the United States Marine Corps. In his later years, Huff began walking around with a cane with 20 copper rings on it, each ring with the name of a battle or an operation that he participated in. Throughout his career, Huff received 2 Bronze Stars with Combat V's, 3 Purple Hearts. He also received 3 Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medals, a Navy Marine Corps Achievement Medal, and a Combat Action Ribbon. Sergeant Major Huff emulated the model in which you see each and every Sergeant Major to this date. Now you know the story of Sergeant Major Edgar R. Huff. Make sure you hit that follow button and stay tuned for more stories. Long as we tracking.